Good morning, students. So yesterday we discussed about the variation of acceleration due to gravity below the surface of the earth. We came to know the acceleration due to gravity goes on decreasing as we go below the surface of the earth, and as we approach the center of the earth, acceleration due to gravity tends to zero. And I will write the equation just below the surface of the earth. At depth d, suppose you have taken a point mass through a mine of depth d, then what is the acceleration due to gravity? We have derived yesterday. It is given by acceleration due to gravity g dash is equal to g into 1 minus d by re. d by re. It means the new acceleration due to gravity below the surface of the earth goes on decreasing by a factor 1 minus d upon re. G goes on decreasing by a factor 1 minus d by re. Today we shall learn about variation of acceleration due to gravity above the surface of the earth, right? Consider the earth to be a sphere of radius re. Sphere of radius re. Now suppose the point mass m is taken at a height h from the surface of the earth. Suppose h is the height to which the point mass m is taken. So from the center of the earth, it is at a distance re plus h. Re plus h. So we will write, consider a point mass m, point mass m at a height h above the surface of earth. Above the surface of earth. Okay. Now we shall learn this. This we have done yesterday itself. Now from this equation it is quite clear that if you go to the center of the earth, depth d becomes radius of the earth, and thus acceleration due to gravity becomes zero. Okay. Now we will write the force of gravitation at this height h. So force of gravitation at height h, Fh becomes usual equation, Newton's law of gravitation, G into me, where m is the mass of the earth, into m is the mass of the point body, divided by the distance from the center of the earth. Look here, the distance from the center of the earth is re plus h. Re plus h square. Re plus h whole square. So this itself definitely tells that the force of gravitation goes on decreasing as you go to the higher and higher altitudes, because in the denominator we have re plus h whole square. Okay. On the surface we have F is equal to Gme m upon re square. So comparing these two, definitely we say that as we go to the higher and higher altitudes, the force of gravitation goes on decreasing. Okay. So that is given by Fh is inversely proportional to Re plus h whole square. Now we will calculate what is the acceleration due to gravity at this height h. So from this acceleration due to gravity at height h is given by using Newton's second law, force at height h divided by the point mass m divided by point mass m. So this gives us Gme upon Re plus h whole square. Gme upon Re plus h whole square. Now, if we substitute the value of height, we will be able to calculate this one. Now, we want to relate this acceleration due to gravity at height h with the acceleration due to gravity on the surface of the earth. On the surface of the earth, we got this equation Gme upon Re square, which we got using Newton's second law. Gh in comparison with G, we want to find out. Definitely, if you look at this, G at height h will be lower than G at the surface of the earth. Right? That depends on this height h. Now, if the height is comparable to radius of earth, if the height is comparable to radius of earth, half of radius, okay, or double the radius, triple the radius, then we can apply this equation directly and we will be able to get the result. Now, if the height is not that very high value, if the height is not comparable to radius of earth, then we use another equation by other method. Now, take out Re from the denominator. Take out Re as a common from the denominator. If you take out Re as a common from the denominator, we get Gme upon Re. When you take out from the bracket, we get Re square because it is square. 1 plus h upon Re whole square. 1 upon Gme upon Re square, 1 plus h upon Re whole square. So this I can write it as Gme upon Re square as a bracket because I know this value. This is the acceleration due to gravity on the surface of the earth. Then you are left with 1 plus h upon Re whole square in the denominator. Take it to the numerator. So it becomes 1 plus h upon Re raised to minus 2. Raised to minus 2. Now, this is at height h. Now, if h upon Re is very much less than 1, means the height is very less compared to radius of earth. Radius of earth is 6,400 km. 6,400 km. So, if the height is of the order of say 10 km, 50 km, 100 km, in that case h upon Re is very much less than compared to 1. For that heights, h upon Re very much less compared to radius of earth, or you can say h is very much less compared to radius of earth. We can expand this using binomial expansion, binomial theorem. So here binomial theorem is very simple in this one. 1 plus h upon Re whole square. 1 plus h upon Re whole raised to minus 2. When you expand this binomially, it becomes very simple. It becomes 1 minus this power raised to minus 2 is just multiplied with the second term. So minus 2 into h upon Re. Remaining higher order terms are neglected. Remaining terms which are going to be expressed here will be of the order of h upon Re raised to minus 3, h upon Re raised to minus 4 and so on. They are of the order of h upon Re raised to 2, h upon Re raised to minus. So that is binomial series will be there. So we make use of only first two terms of a binomial theorem, and we write that first two terms so that we get 1 minus 2h upon RE. This is using binomial expansion. Neglecting the higher order terms, since the higher order terms are going to be of still smaller and smaller values, we are going to neglect those higher order terms in that binomial series. So this you are learning even in maths also. Okay. So if you substitute this, finally we get g at height h is equal to gme upon re square into 1 minus 2h upon re. Therefore I write, therefore g at height h becomes gme upon re square into 1 minus 2h upon re. So the equation becomes simple. The equation becomes simple. This gm upon re can be written as small g. So it becomes small g into bracket 1 minus 2h upon re. So this is how we get the equation at height where h is very less compared to radius of Earth. If the height is comparable to radius of Earth, say half of radius of Earth, 1/3 of radius of Earth, 1/4 of radius of Earth, if it is comparable to radius of Earth is 6,400 km. If it is 2,000 km height, 3,000 km height, or double the radius of Earth, then we have to use this original equation. What is that? Gh is equal to gme upon re plus h whole square. This is how we get the result. So from this discussion, it's quite clear that as we go above the surface of the Earth, as we go to the altitudes higher and higher above the surface of the Earth, the acceleration due to gravity goes on decreasing. Similarly, as we go below the surface of the Earth, the acceleration due to gravity goes on decreasing there also by a factor g into bracket 1 minus d upon re, whereas here the acceleration due to gravity goes on decreasing by a factor 1 minus 2h upon re multiplied by g. So above the surface of the Earth also acceleration due to gravity goes on decreasing. Below the surface of the Earth also acceleration due to gravity goes on decreasing. But acceleration due to gravity has maximum value only on the surface of the Earth. It means the force of gravitation is maximum only on the surface of the Earth. As you go to the higher and higher altitudes, the force of gravitation decreases. As you go to the more and more depth below the surface of the Earth, the acceleration due to gravity again goes on decreasing. This is very interesting fact and you need to remember. So the force of gravitation is maximum only on the surface of the Earth. Only on the surface of the Earth. This is very interesting. Okay, now we'll solve some numerical problems based on this so that these two equations will become familiar. Let us solve a problem here. A body weighs 63 Newton on the surface of the Earth. On the surface of the Earth, the weight of a body is 63 Newton. What is the gravitational force acting on it due to the Earth at a height equal to half the radius of the Earth? It means if the object is taken to a height equal to half the radius of the Earth, h equal to re by 2, to this height, what is the gravitational force acting on that particular point? So here h is equal to re by 2. This is given. Now first we will write force of gravitation on the surface of the Earth. Force of gravitation on the surface of the Earth is given by gme upon re square into small m according to Newton's law of gravitation on the surface of the Earth. This is given 63 Newton. Okay. Now at height h is equal to re by 2. What is the force we want to calculate? So I will write directly Fh is equal to GMEm upon Re plus H whole square. Re plus H whole square. So call this equation 1, this equation 2. Dividing equation 2 by equation 1. Dividing equation 2 by equation 1. So we get Fh upon F. Fh upon F. Left side. Fh upon F is equal to GME upon here. GMEm cancels. Look at this. GMEm cancels with GMEm. You can just write here. Dividing equation 2 by equation 1. Equation 2 by equation 1. Then GMEm cancels with GMEm. So you are left with Re square coming to the numerator divided by Re plus H whole square. So it is quite evident. GMEm, these are constants. So F is inversely proportional to Re square and Fh is inversely proportional to Re plus H whole square. So if you just directly write it, you will get this relation. Now substitute the value of H. So if you substitute the value of H, Re by 2, then we get Re square by Re plus Re by 2. So it becomes 3Re by 2 whole square. So 3Re by 2 whole square, if you calculate, it becomes Re square divided by 3Re by 2 whole square. So 3Re by 2 whole square becomes 9 by 4. 9 by 4 Re square. So Re square cancels with Re square. So 9 by 4 in the denominator becomes 4 by 9. Therefore, H upon F is equal to 4 by 9. 4 by 9. Now we know what is F. F is given 63 newtons. Therefore, Fh is equal to F into 4 by 9. 4 by 9 into F. So 4 by 9 F, we just substitute 4 by 9 into 63. 9 ones are 9 sevens are 9 sevens are 63. So it becomes 7 plus 28 Newton. 28 Newton. So you can just look at this. A body weighing 63 Newton on the surface of the earth will be just weighing 28 Newton when it is raised to a height of Re by 2. Okay? I think you got the point. Now you can ask the same question in a different manner. Suppose a body is weighing 500 Newton. To what height the body to be raised from the surface of the earth so that its weight is reduced to half? Its weight is reduced to 500 by 2, that is 250 Newton. I will ask you the question once again. Suppose weight of the body on the surface of the earth is W, 500 Newton. What should be the height above the surface of the earth at which the weight of the body becomes exactly half? You can calculate what is that height H using the same equations. I think you will be able to do it. Okay? Now I will solve one more numerical problem based on the variation of weight below the surface of the earth. Variation of weight below the surface of the earth, because there is a variation of acceleration due to gravity below the surface of the earth. As we discussed here, acceleration due to gravity goes on decreasing. This is just a similar problem, simple problem. Now the body is taken below the surface of the earth. Assuming the earth to be a sphere of uniform mass density, how much would a body weigh halfway down to the center of the earth if it weighed 250 Newton on the surface? The body on the surface of the earth weighs 250 Newton. Its weight is 250 Newton. If this body is taken down to a depth of about half of the radius of the earth, halfway of the radius of the earth is to a depth half of the radius of the earth, d equal to re by 2. Consider there is a mine whose depth is half of the radius of the earth, radius re by 2. What would be its weight at that point? This is a similar question, just below the surface of the earth. Now, on the surface of the earth, first we write. On the surface of the earth, weight of the body. This is given. F is equal to GME upon RE square into M, which is equal to small g m or mg, you can write mg. This is given 250 Newton. Call this equation 1. 250 Newton. At depth d equal to re by 2. We don't know what is its weight, what we have to find out. We have the equation F at d, force of gravitation at depth d, is given by g me m upon re square into 1 minus d upon re, 1 minus d upon re. So this is what we have already derived. Means if you want to write in the terms of acceleration due to gravity, you can keep this m on this side. So this becomes gme upon re square into 1 minus d upon re into small m. So call this equation 2. So that now we can find out. So this can be written as we have written earlier, g to bracket 1 minus d by re into m. So this is at depth d. So this we can call it as equation 2. Right? Dividing equation 2 by equation 1. Equation 2 by equation 1 by same procedure. We follow the same procedure. Dividing equation 2 by equation 1. F d by f. F d by f is equal to f d is g into 1 minus d by re into m, and f is g into m, that is m into g. So m cancels, g cancels. So now it becomes very simple. Now d is re by 2. So therefore I can write it. Therefore at d equal to re by 2, we can just substitute d equal to re by 2. F at re by 2, just substitute, we get mg cancel. So this factor 1 minus d upon re multiplied by f, 1 minus d upon re multiplied by f. So f is given 250 Newton. So d is re by 2. So re cancels. So it becomes 1 minus 1 by 2. So 1 minus 1 by 2 means half. 1 minus re by 2 into re into. So this is F. So RE cancels. So finally 1 minus 1 by 2. 1 minus 1 by 2 is half. Therefore force now becomes equal to, right, half of F, that is 250 by 2, 125 Newton. So this is how we can solve for the numerical problems. So that's how we make use of the equations what we have learnt. Using those equations we will be able to solve the numerical problems. Okay. So conclusion is, just above the surface of the earth also the acceleration due to gravity goes on decreasing. As a result, weight of the body goes on decreasing. Below the surface of the earth also the acceleration due to gravity goes on decreasing. Weight also goes on decreasing. Exactly at the center of the earth, the acceleration due to gravity becomes 0, and a body taken at the center of the earth becomes weightless. Although it is having mass, but its weight becomes 0. That is another condition of weightlessness. The weight of body becomes 0 at the center of the earth. Okay. And remember, in all these cases, mass is constant. Mass is invariant. Only the weight varies. Weight varies. Mass is scalar quantity which is always constant, whereas weight is a vector quantity which varies from point to point. So these are the things that is concluded from these two numerical problems. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.